We are going to start to see more and more news coming out that relates to Disney's Rey movie, and you can't forget that it is being directed by an activist, Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy. And it's crazy to me that we had potential with these new characters, with Finn and Rey, but especially Finn within the first movie, and Disney threw it all away, and for what? To continue to taint the universe that George Lucas created by ruining every single legacy character that many loved. But now forget all that was done in the past, as Rey is going to be the franchise's future. And as said by Chinoy, at the heart of it for me is Rey Skywalker. And you also can't forget that they made Luke Skywalker fail at rebuilding the Jedi Temple, where it seems that Rey will be able to succeed him, continuing to stain the legacy of George Lucas, making legacy characters either being incompetent and or weak. But the case of Rey, in the short time span, out of nowhere, being able to become the strongest Jedi, even surpassing Luke, which is all absolute nonsense. But then again, it's all in a narrative that they're pushing that the Force is female and that there needs to be more female representation. And Kathleen Kennedy is really pushing for that narrative. And we just saw that in The Acolyte with the female witches wielding the thread. And that was just one issue with the show. And well, we know how that panned out for them, sitting at currently 13% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. And apparently, women in Star Wars struggle because of the fandom being male dominated. And yet, as with anything Disney Star Wars, they forget the characters that George Lucas created, that being Princess Leia and Padme Amidala, being some of the most liked characters in the universe, which is something Disney can't create. They can't create their own characters who are well developed and liked. And as we get back to the original article, Chinoy would state this. And at the heart of it for me is Rey Skywalker is Daisy Ridley and her story in taking her on an adventure to a Jedi Academy. She continued and sort of creating a world that is a natural dovetail to the story that we've seen her go through the last 3 film episodes. And working with Lucasfilm and Kathleen Kennedy and the team over there and breathing life into characters that everyone loves and has fallen in love with, and finding new characters that the next generation of moviegoers will fall in love with. I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure the vast majority of the population didn't fall in love with these characters. You had potential with The Force of Awakens, that you had this rogue stormtrooper being able to wield a lightsaber and potentially be able to wield the Force. That could have gone somewhere, but again, they scrapped it. They sidelined the character of Finn. And on top of that, you had Kylo Ren. Again, another likable character, a good villain. But once again, what happened in that last movie where he kissed Rey, and then you had that Reylo squad going all crazy that they were a couple? It's just absolute crazy to me that these people over at Disney, these directors, these executives, think what they are creating is being liked by everyone when it's not. And we've seen that. These people are delusional. We've seen the audience scores. Again, they continue to ruin the Star Wars franchise and keep pushing out the fan base that once held Star Wars together further out from them. And as we continue, to this end, the director then revealed that throughout the film creative process, she has regularly been in touch with a who's who of Star Wars creative alumni, some good, some the worst. I have had conversations with J.J. Abrams, I've had conversations with George Lucas, and then of course Dave Filoni. And of course with Dave Filoni, a lot of people thought he would be able to save this franchise, but then again, he was also helping in the creation of the Acolyte, and we knew how that turned out, and I don't think there's no hope for Dave Filoni in having this aura around him that he's going to be able to save it. I think the only person that has somewhat of a redemption that could redeem this franchise is Jon Favreau, and I'm hoping that that new Mandalorian movie is good. But as we continue on, who's a big part of the Star Wars universe now? Revealed Obaid-Chinoy. We speak very often, and Kathy Kennedy and Carrie Beck and Simon Emanuel. I think the team has really taken time to make sure that we do justice to telling the story of Rey. And I think that she stands for something. We've seen this wonderful journey that she went on in episode 7, 8, and 9. And now it's like on to the next adventure. And how do we create a world and the adventure that we take her on? Well, this is the adventure that they're going to take her on, and that is going to be to inject a crap ton of feminism into this new movie, which again is probably going to deviate and push fans further away from this beloved franchise that George Lucas created and once helmed. But anyways, with all of that in mind, let me know what your guys' thoughts are, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye bye.